Okay, so consistency is something I talk a lot about. I feel like I'm sending out email almost monthly or making some type of post about um, consistency being one of the number one factors in having success in a training program. So I love it because it's something that's controllable by the athlete or the parent. Um, I mean, you could be consistent and you could work hard. You can learn those things. You can't. Some guys and girls just aren't born athletes. Though you could always make yourself a better athlete. Some kids just aren't going to be born college athletes. Some aren't going to be born to be able to play the sport that they like the most, etc., etc. But consistency and hard work is one thing that you could definitely control. So, for the most part, probably 99.9% of the kids, if they're very consistent, they work really hard, they're going to have pretty much very good success in high school sports and in their training program. Now, past that though, so beyond consistency, the next thing would be taking responsibility for your success, for your own individual success. I think that's one of the big lessons that can be learned from training and from sports in general is taking responsibility for your own success. You know, it's not going to be just given. You can't give someone success in a training program or in sports. We're here to guide them, to teach them, to lead them. But in the end, they need to want it and be able to take responsibility for their own success. They need to be able to do the things that we need them to do to be successful. Now, one of the things we do is once the athletes get beyond initial training phase, initial general physical preparedness or GPP phase of training, which is where everything's very general. It's it's a series of workouts that we kind of rotate through. It's just all fundamental type of training. Once they get through that phase, when they're new, we don't expect them to come in and track all their training programs and stuff like that. But once they get through that initial phase, we give them folders and we ask them to track their programs. We explain to them in detail how to fill out the sheets in the folder and exactly what we want to see from them. If they need help, they're supposed to ask what they should be writing down. We will help them and walk them through this. But if you just go into the drawer of folders I have in the other office, you could kind of see the difference between some kids that are taking responsibility for their success and those that aren't. So, again, number one is consistency. After that, we need them to start to take that responsibility. So, this guy here, Vince, very consistent. He's having huge success in our training program. And when I show you his sheet, you're going to be pretty impressed, I would think. So when I pull out a sheet, and he's been here a while, he's got a bunch of sheets in here, but when I pull out his most recent sheet here, the front page is basically the main lifts. This is 6 weeks of training all in one sheet here. So the front page is the main exercises and then jumping. And the back is all the accessory work. The reason why we have it set up like this is because we want to be able to get a snapshot. He needs to be able to hand this sheet to me or whoever's coaching that day, and we need to be able to get a snapshot of their training for the past 6 weeks to be able to see if we're going to stay with it, change it, or what we're going to change it to. What's working and what's not working. This will tell us, okay? Now, he's very, very thorough. He's writing everything down. There's not even a missed. There might be one workout he missed in the. A missed block means a missed workout, or it's supposed to anyway. So he's barely missed anything. We know exactly what he's been doing. Okay. Now, if I pull one of this guy, I'm not going to show you his name, but this kid is new, relatively new. He's been here for maybe a month or two, maybe 3 months. And he's very consistent. He's having some success. He went through the GPP program very quickly, and he's doing really well. His numbers are going up, and he's very consistent. So we have that down. The next part for him is he needs to learn how to take responsibility. He needs to learn how to track his training. And I've gone through this with him multiple times. But you see, this is a whole month of training, and he hasn't missed these workouts. He just hasn't written anything down. Again, we're going to go to the back page now, and it's even worse. So his accessory movements, he barely wrote anything down. And even the things he wrote down, like this workout here, reverse hyper and lap pull down. I know for a fact he did more than that because we always give out more than 2 accessories. So you can see he needs work in this area. And, you know, just if he stays consistent, we'll stay on him. It'll come. But I just wanted to show you kind of what our athletes are, what we're asking of the athletes, and what it need, you know, what they need to do to be successful. It's the little things. They have to take care of this first, and then the rest will come.